Alright, well, here it is. Fuck's sake. Ooh, this is taking forever. Starting late, because, one, I had to take a piss at the start, so, you know, no point, really. Starting up on that note. Feel that kill. I think I may have finally figured out how to be dodgy, so I've tried. God damn it, are you fucking serious? Yeah, so I've tried a little bit of everything. I've tried AAs, I've tried strictly ability, I've tried strictly AA, and a lot of it isn't really working out so far. So, the best thing I could figure out was a nice little hybrid that I could do. Because you in addition to that yeah, what was this? Yeah, no. So I'm actually going to start with Glad Shield, because that actually heals you up a lot in fights and skirmishes and such. And then, because I tried the full pen build, defense builds with pen and defense, I'm really going through this bitch thoroughly. I want to figure out how do you do shit with her. I've mostly seen... What's it called? Oh, shit balls. I've mostly seen success. Don't want to get... God, I do nothing yet. I've mostly seen success with AA builds, so I'm going to try and do AA builds. Okay. Ah, fuck, why am I leveling that? Nice job. There we go, that's much better. You just need a team that can engage, because you're not really capable of disengaging. You can either engage, if you engage too hard, you die. If you can't disengage, you die. So yeah, a lot of people have been trying to get damage off for 2. For 2 doesn't really do damage, so I've given up on that. I tried it. I'm not going to do it anymore. Oh, hold, fuck. Well, I'll get there when I get there.
Did I make this in gold?
Shield of Thorns? No, we're gonna want that.
You will be avenged, friend!
That's too bad. Retreat left lane! On my way!
Yeah, we're gonna be looking at Frostbound after this. They look like he looks like he's in a good a situation. Yeah, so I guess in jungle I'm not really gonna go for the 2. I'm gonna go for the engage on the 3. I'm gonna go for the damage on the 1. Right? So... Okay, fuck you. Ow. 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 There are no minions for me to get away with. Minions, help me. That's actually very rare that you'll manage to get away with that. Anyways.
Only the finest blade.
You know, there are about 1 million ticks on your things. So I've seen Frostforge builds. And I like the idea. That's quite a lot of health. It's very cheap. It's like a shit ton of damage. You have a shit ton of damage sources, right?
That's too bad.
But the issue is I've haven't found much success with it thus far. It's like for health, I was looking at it versus oh shit balls. Oh shit, I was too busy talking. Oops. I was looking at it versus say Masamune for defenses. I think Frostbound has it slightly, and not Runeforge Hammer has it slightly beat on defenses. Anyways. Nice job. It has Runeforge Hammer slightly beat on defenses, right? And actually, it would work decently well. Because I do like to get that one item. God, he's fucking invincible. We need anti-heal. Is anybody getting anti? Dude, that's quite a good amount of damage. I mean, it would get fucked over if somebody bought that one item, Mark of the Vanguard, but other than that, you know, decent. Pretty decent amount. I have a hard time getting away from you. But the issue is that I found is if you focus on her abilities, you have the worst late game ever. But she can also be... Shove.
Nice job.
Frostbound OP, boy! Frostbound OP! And actually, let me check Frostbound. It's like... So it's for the... So you'll get at least one tick off. So as long as you keep hitting them, it would be okay. But issue is that Frostbound CC doesn't last long enough for me to think that with her passive to work well in tandem with her passive is what I found thus far, because her passive is for 2 seconds. It applies for 2 seconds.
Be right back.
Her passive applies for 2 seconds, whereas Frostbound Hammer applies for 1.2 seconds. If it was old Frostbound, then we'd have something to talk about, but it's not, so we can't really. Okay, what the fuck is that? So cooldown. So I'm slightly because everything here gives you power, even Frostbound. People might forget that, but it does. And then we finish off with Kins. Executioner, and then we sell this late game for the yeah, that's the issue, like your kills get stolen really easily. So that was just a quick dodgy gameplay. I've been trying to take her player more. It's a bit of a stomp, but I was unable to really see the build at its full power. We would have finished it off with, yeah, Kins, Exec, and then you saw the gladiators for that other thing. What's it called? Mantle of Discord. And the reason I buy gladiators is because gladiators, and then immediately followed up by what is this called? Frostbound is because it'll give you more. It's like 2.5% of your maximum health, right? So this is basically like what your health is at like level 20 if you don't buy any HP, and you 100% need defenses. That's why I was considering Runeforge to see if it matches up with the defenses of Masamune, because you have to remember that Masamune, I think actually at max level Runeforge would beat Masamune? Question mark? Maybe late game you sell Hydras for Runeforge. No, because that's really good. That's 30% additional damage on your AAs, and you can proc it really often for a set. You can, yeah, you can proc it really often. 30% additional health. That's like how much power? 135. So that's quite a bit. Quite a bit added. But Bluestone, I think you have to get Bluestone, even though you go ability, it basically carries her through the late game. She's basically like Thor with like a slightly better hit chain. Well, kind of like Thor. It's like you gotta get that. God, I was a bit late actually because my thing crashed. So did reasonably well, right? Gladiator shield. See what my damage was, even though I was pretty late. Not great. Yeah, I guess it's to be expected. I was like a couple minutes late. I was catching up, but whatever. That's part of what? Part of 11, part of 11, part of 11, part of 13, part of 12. You know, about average. You know, not doing crazy, but yeah. Maybe buy this first. Attack speed and Hydra. Is that good? Because she does get a lot from the autos. I'll give her that. The cooldown's really important too. It's like 15, 25, and then by the time you get to Hydras, you have just enough to make it reasonable. It's like, yeah, you have to get Bluestone at the start because it makes you very relevant. What did I tank? I think I was top tanked for quite a bit there too. Yeah, not bad. You know, I did kind of average for like. I guess I would have done slightly more damage if I was at the mid camps, gotten slightly more gold, but whatever. So it was a decent-ish game. Don't know if it'll keep it. But yeah, I've been trying everything out on her because, like, I've seen a lot of different, and that's kind of what I like about these new gods. They're so fucking like gods like Daji, where it's not immediately, to a lot of people, it's not immediately obvious what you should build. Yeah, no. God, her tits are huge though. I'll leave it off on that note.
Like, comment, and subscribe, you fucks. Also, go to my fucking social media in the description and second channel. Go to fuck yourself.